Yeah, good night. This is the Cutting Edge, and I refer there with you next Wednesday. Out of the freezer, may I tell you, we're there with you again. What you mean? Of course. Here we go. Yeah, we want Yellow Style, New Style Radio in a Birmingham who facilitate a program Stepping Razor. It was wonderful, man. Wonderful. One yellow all the ones them, can't remember all of them name within the studio. Small studio, jam pack up. We want yellow and Cobia and Duke, who we are saying are Jamaica, you know. Yeah, we're not here. We know to them they are Jamaica, yeah. So we want yellow and Cobia, you know. Yes, and Cobia, give me a gift, yeah. May I tell you, man, one of the sweetest gifts, child, is give me gift still, but the gift them is long-lasting and everlasting. So one yellow and Cobia 100 times. So like I hear Cedric Martin round this or two, you know. Yes. Anyway, you know, last week when we were on the program in a London, the Shamara give a WhatsApp to tell me say Sam Clayton passed away. You know, the way the thing did I go, I never remember if I said Sam Clayton, for those of you who don't know, Sam Clayton was one of the Rastafari brethren them who did meet Haile Selassie in Ethiopia and who was on a mission. He was also the main vocalist in the mystic revelation of Rastafari. That Rastafari group was the first Rastafari group, not reggae, but what we call it, kete drumming, who went out there and used the authentic drums and toured with it all over the globe. The mystic revelation of Rastafari. You know, you'll have man like Count Azin there, was there, and Sam and the man there, but Sam passed away. We hear last week when we was in England, and one of the definitive Rastafari album was the Ground Nation album. As a matter of fact, it's the first album I ever see will come in like 3 different albums in a one jacket. Mystic Revelation of Rastafari, Ground Nation. We want to feature Sam Clayton. My greatest memory of the Mystic Revelation was performing with them in a Lincoln Center in New York. Big concert. Mutabaruka read poetry and the Mystic Revelation a chant and a beat drum. So we want to play the ultimate Ground Nation album from the Mystic Revelation of Rastafari. And this is the one where we're going to play. We want to give thanks to Sam Clayton, philosopher, artist, Rastafari. From the Mystic Revelation of Rastafari album, Ground Nation. Some say man is stone, some say man is tree, some say man is river. But who is saying all of this? Is man. All concept of God come from man. If there was no man, there wouldn't be any concept of God. So, the rationale and the logics is man create God, and in turn, God reciprocate and create man. I am the one you have been waiting for, because I am my ancestor, and my ancestor is I. So we declare Rastafari. Some people can't take it, because them start to tell you this, that, all sort of thing about Haile Selassie, but in the definitive understanding, all the things them that you hear about good and bad, wrong and right, is man. Is man create those things and keep it in the confines of the ability of man to comprehend or rationalize his situation in the environment where he live in. So he create laws and doctrines to keep the community or the state or the house intact. And then them call it order. So you have to be in order. And the things them that in state to keep the things them intact is called law. So man create law. And this law was supposed to keep the community or the family intact. And there is consequences for not following the law. And man gets so cruel in his consciousness that him start to use the law in his own personal benefit. And those personal benefits lead to the oppression of the people who the law was supposed to keep in order. So the people them who feel it from the people them who create the laws to keep the community and the family intact. The people them who feel it start to rebel. And them start to rebel against the people who make the law to keep the people them intact, that they can be orderly. And when they start to rebel against these individuals and these groups that makes these law, they are now known as lawless. You are lawless, and unlawful behavior is what you are now practicing. So they make things and create things to punish you. And so you look at the laws now and you start to feel guilty. So the law is not there to save you. The law don't save nobody. The law bring a sense of guilt because you feel that you are going against the community, going against the group. The law kill. So the law, whether you want to accept it or not, whether it is against your humanness or whether it is against you being a human being, you have to follow the law. So it causes conflict in the minds of the people who is supposed to follow the law so as to keep order in the community and in the family. It starts to have this lawlessness in your mind when you revolt against the law because it is binding you to a situation that you are not comfortable with. So you have to get law to protect you from the other law. And laws become laws, and laws is there to rectify all these laws. And you realize the law is not saving you. You have to go inside of yourself. You have to go find yourself inside of yourself now, because the law is for the lawless. And the law creates lawlessness. We're going to say that again. The law creates lawlessness. The law is there to make you feel like you are doing something wrong every time you do something from your consciousness. So we'll have to put away the law and come from the humanity that drives us as human beings. But some of us cannot find that divinity in ourselves. Most of us could not find those divinity in ourselves. So we turn to outside entities. Some of us turn to outside entities that look like ourselves. Some of us turn to inside entities that we cannot explain why this thing is and why it is not. So we call this thing now God. And the God is supposed to now instruct the people them who create the law to mete out punishment on those who go against the law. So you have a whole heap of criminals now who are not necessarily criminals, but they are doing something that is against the law, that is not driving the community or the group or the family in order, because that was the intention of the law in the first place. The law was there to keep you in line. And because you are not being kept in line, the men who create the law decide that they're going to create something higher than themselves. So they start to create gods, and they put the gods above them. And we start to now feel more guilty and fearful because the men who create the law start to tell you and us that these laws don't necessarily come from a person in the community or a person in the family, but these laws was coming from something that is higher than the family, than the community, and than the individual who is supposed to keep the law. So you become very fearful of something that you don't know about, never see, never hear, or never feel. And because of that now, you start to create things to bring about the illusion of something out there that is causing you to either keep the law or break the law. And what is that something that keeps you intact? Not the person who make the law, but the person who make the law tell you that there's someone or something higher than him that create that law. And since you cannot comprehend the thing higher than the person who make the law, it make you get fearful and frightful. And when you break that law, you are punished in the name of that something that you are told by the people who make the law. You are punished. They tell you that that is the thing that is punishing you, it's not them. But when you look at the reality of your situation, it's them who make the law punishing you. Someone say, it's only the something can judge you. When real and truth is in fact, it's him judging you who make the law. Because there's no court in the world that you don't go inside, that the judge is not the same man who is supposed to keep the law, that is now telling you that you break the law and you have to pay the price for breaking this law. There's no other thing outside of that judge that is going to judge you. Because all judgment is presided over by men. There's no other judge that will judge you other than the judgment that men put upon you, that these men create laws in order to keep the community, the group, or the family together. So you have to go to a higher level than the judge, and go deep within yourself and find that the wrong and the right is inside of you, not in the law. Because when you find that heights of consciousness and divinity that you search for. And when you look inside of yourself and you find that divinity in yourself, it is much, much higher than any law, whether written on stone or written in book or written in the constitution of any country. But first, you have to weigh yourself. You have to weigh yourself. You have to put yourself in the scale. And you have to put something light, like a feather, on the other side of the scale. And make sure that the scale don't tip. Because if the scale tip, you are going to feel the pain and the anguish that you have never felt before. And it is not an outside force that is going to judge you. It is your conscience that will judge you. And your conscience is the most precise judge of all the judges that you will ever find, whether in a court of law, in a book, or written on any stone. Because what you find in yourself was there before any book was written. Any book that anybody can bring to you and say, this is the book of all books. He must go in inside himself now and say, but I was before the book. And who write the book? Is the men them who create the law that I now can break a law and then find I guilty to want I to punish I. But I trick them. I say, in keeping myself intact, it will also enable I to live outside of the framework of the law, yet still keeping the law. So when I move, him can't say I broke the law, yet it is not the law why I do what I do. It's my conscience. Make I do what I do. It's not the law. Because every time I follow the law, I get fearful and I feel guilty. And I don't want to be fearful and guilty of something that is high right. Human being write it and then push it pan I until I must fear something outside of them that tell I say, what you know, it's not I write, thou shall not do this, you know. Or it's not say, the law say in this, if a man commit murder, you must do this, you know. He must tell say it's not him write it, but it's him write it because him have a community, him have a family, and him have a nation for keeping order. But guess what now? When I go inside of myself and find myself, I say, but I gone above that book. I gone above those laws of that country. Because when I walk, I keep the law. But that law is not written with pen and paper. That law is written in the consciousness. In the consciousness of I being. That law is written. Serious thing. This is the cutting edge. Man, them who create that thing outside of them that tell you say it's not them write the law, but it's something outside of them write the law. Realizing that you who break the law and is confronted now with a judgment by the men them who write the law, them have to now tell you say it's not there's something outside of you why you broke the law. It's another something outside of them that make you broke the law. So them create a next thing now, which is the opposite of the something outside of you that them tell you to create the book. And say this thing that you know why cause you to break the law it come from the same thing. But you can't see that thing neither. Just like how you can't see the thing that write the book. That of the law that you must really maintain. But them tell you now, say, it's something else that make you break the law. It's not something that write the book make you break the law. It's something opposite to the thing that you claim, that them claim you write the book. I don't want the people them to get confused, but listen carefully. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. So them create a next thing now outside of them. And that thing now is supposed to be make you even more fearful. Because the two things you fear. But you see, fear can't bring love. If you love, there's no fear. But them teach you that fear is the thing, is the ultimate love. Like how them tell you, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, and love God and fear him. All this talk. And even though them claim to right, them claim the right to tell you when you break that law that them right, that them claim says something else right it. When you go to them court, the court trump all the laws them that outside of the court that them claim say, is this something right? It have no significance in a them court of law. Because that is what them call it. Them call it them court of law. So when you go in front of the judge, physical judge, the same judge that give you the law that claims says somebody else write it, when you go in front of him, you can't call upon the person who them claim write the law to free you. Because all of your being is in the hands of the judge that sit down in front of you. The same person who write the law and tell you, say, it's not them write the law, but it's something higher than them write the law. And then now you can't call upon something higher than them for free you. Because it's a person who sit down in front of you, call himself judge, that going to judge you and either put you in prison or put you to death. It's so it go. So, Marcus Garvey said, if you have no confidence in yourself, you are twice defeated in the race of life. But with confidence, you have won even before you have started. And we lose confidence because we search for our salvation in the law. And the law quicken you to death. That is what the law is there to do. There's no outside force that is going to judge you according to your works. All your works will be judged by the same person them who make the law and tell you say it's something other one that make the law. Because in life, there's no death. Yet still we know that all of us must reach that stage of dying. And if you're religious and religious, you will start to claim that there is no death. Yet still when you look on your reality, you are seeing people dying around you every day. So why you feel say you going to miss that? But because, them bring it to you. Them bring it to you to make you feel that way. And them know the truth. The same man who say, if you drop a woman purse, you're going to go to in front of the judge. Is not no invisible person going to judge you for thief a woman purse. Is a human being that's sitting in front of you and going to tell you, say, 12 months in a prison. So here the greater one now. The greater one is you. That when you see the woman purse, that human divinity, that divine consciousness tell you, say, it's not your purse, so don't draw it. And if you know, say, if you stay within the confines of your divinity, you won't grab the woman purse, or you won't shoot down your brother or whatsoever, etc., that you feel say the law say you mustn't do. But you can go beyond that law by digging deep into your consciousness and realize the law connects with your consciousness, but your consciousness don't allow you to feel guilty because you preempt the guilt. You preempt the guilt. So there's no some other thing that is causing you to do it, or some other thing that causes you not to do it. There's no other thing out there or anywhere else that is causing you to do or not to do anything. All the things that you are doing is influenced by your environment that you live in, and in a smaller scale upon where your conscience carry you to. So if you go out there, go grab somebody's purse and go shoot somebody, and you are doing it, and you have to pay that consequence either by your conscience or by a judge where them going to put in front of you and them going to give you life imprisonment, or a next man who will work off of the guilt trip going to go look for you and shoot you, said you like how you shoot the next person. So don't bring nothing else into that. No bring no other thing and say, why I choose this and that make me do it and that make me do it, and you do it, and you will have to pay for the consequences. Nobody feels there's someone above the law, because as I said before, those little laws that people tell you about, it will have no significance when you go into a court of law. No significance when you go into a court of law. Is a man sit down up there so and I ask you if you feel guilty or you don't feel guilty. And them going to say, because you broke the law, you have to pay the consequences of breaking that law. I not take the blame, but I know say if you do something, it come like I do it. Because the same thing will drive you, drive me. But there are pillars. There are pillars of one building, but them separate. One building and you have different pillars all up the building. And it don't mean that because you knock down one of the pillars, the whole building go and come down, but it go and make the building kind of more shaky. And you don't want the building shake. So you try your best as the pillar to don't allow that pillar over there to get cracked in any way, form, or method. Because you are doing your part by holding up the building so as not to stress the other pillar over there and make the other pillar have to hold up more than it can bear. There's nothing outside there that is directing your course of action more than you and the environment where you live in. That is what allows you to do what you do, when you do it, how you do it, where you do it, and why you do it. You do it. No other one doing it. You do it. The lawmaker makes the law. There's nothing that is outside of the lawmaker that is spurring him on to make laws. Him look on the environment where him live in, him look on the family, him look on the community and decide, say, when him do this and when him say this go and keep certain thing intact. This is the cutting edge on RFM. This is the cutting edge on RFM. Example number 1. A man have him only son. And him decide, say, him going to carry him son in the center of the city and kill him son because that something that was created by the person or the people them who make the law, that person is now instilling something in him head that is telling him, say, the only way him going to be redeemed from the guilt of the law that the men in the community set for him to keep order is to take him son and kill him son. No. If you do that, and I challenge any man or any woman who are listening to me right now, tell me, say, if you ever do that, police now go hold on for you and carry you go in front of a judge. And you can't tell them, say, that there's something higher than the judge in front of you will tell you, say, you must go kill your son. Because the man in front of you is the judge. Trump all of the things them where you think you have in your head that was created by the man. See a man who sit down there, a judge you. The same man create the law, and then because him realize you not follow him create something else until he say that something greater than him, and that something is more destructive, and that something is more kind and loving, and that something will kill you. So, if you think, say, the judge I got take into consideration, say, okay, the thing that I tell this man, say, is greater than him and greater than me. Tell him, say, must go kill him son, so I will let him off. Not like that now go happen. Not like that now go happen. You now get let off. You're going to go charged for attempted murder. They're going to charge you for attempted murder. You can't go around it. And you could have ball, blood, prayer, this, that. You are going to be charged for trying to kill your son. Because the man who make the law know you're going to break the law. So him create other laws for really keep intact the law that he didn't make originally, and him don't take you into consideration that you are a human being and you have something named conscience and consciousness. And the only way it's going to play out properly in the community and in the environment which you live is to appeal to your consciousness and your conscience. Because no law going to save you from the wrath of the judge. No law. Because it's him make the law. And the law is for the lawless. Yeah, the law is for the lawless.
In the wee hours of the morning, when everything is still, I lay staring at the darkness, trying to find the will, only to be plagued by roaches, scorpions, and mice. Not to mention politics. That's a big cockatrice. The light became morning. The morning became day. Speaking for myself, I wish the darkness had stayed. The morning became evening. The sun is going down. But equality and justice is nowhere to be found. Of all these plagues, I've had my fill. Even in the wee hours of the morning, when everything is still.
And I refer there with you, as we are saying, we come from out of the coal into the incubator. The incubator is much nicer because we melanin did really set for that. You understand? We skin did set for that. You understand? So, the nearer to the equator, the more melanin. I don't know if somebody want to contradict that. The nearer to the equator, the more melanin. The further you go from the equator, less melanin. Vitamin D is very important for the skin and for different, what them call it, things that is in your body. That is why a lot of people, them spend millions of dollars to come just to sit in the sun. Can you believe that? Something that we have every day freely. People spend millions, especially this time of the year. Especially this time of the year. Them spend millions of dollars just to come to sit in the sun. And you know, we afraid of the sun. When last a whole heap of ones who are listening to me now ever just make the sun kiss them body. All of them body, as a matter of fact, you can't do that too, because the way them have set up the house them now. The way them have set up house now, the way you live now. From them high-rise building. You come out naked from your balcony to rant, people call police or start laugh. It's either them a laugh or call police and draw for them cell phone. May I tell you, you see a picture and I say, yes, look here now. Them don't know says kiss you, I try to make the sun kiss you. But then, it's all a mad thing some people look on that as to. I will move that talk up on the radio about make sun kiss him skin. Yes, a madness we attack and it's nice. The madness, they're nice. Your body's supposed to feel the warmth of the sun. Then you know, go out, grill and go out on the big thing. Go say, why you think tourists lay down there? You think I'm mad? Them mad? Them want the melanin. They want the melanin. And sometimes we have to regenerate ourselves. This is the continuation RFM. Pen and ink or pencil and lead written in the consciousness and conscience of man. Because we quote again, we're going to quote from the Bible, you know. How can you say you love God who you cannot see? Yet still you cannot love who you can see. And we add, you have to love who you can see because maybe who you can't see, maybe who you can see is a manifestation of that which you cannot see. How can you say you love God and you cannot see, yet still you cannot love who you can see? First you have to love who you can see, because who you can see may be a manifestation of who you can't see, and we are say who you can see is a manifestation of where you think you can see. Who you can see is a manifestation. So all these talk, these arguments about out there, no. Right in front of you. Right in front of you. It's there for love. All the bird them, the flowers, all of them there for love. But yet still you want to give love to something that you don't know, but you believe. What you believe you know was taught to you by people who believe them know.
One day a young boy asked his father, what is the value of his life? Instead of answering, the father told his son to take this rock and go sell it at a market. If anybody asks the price, raise 2 fingers and don't say anything. The boy then went to the market, and a woman asked, how much is this rock? I want to put it in my garden. The boy didn't say anything and raised up 2 fingers. And the woman said, $2, I'll take it. And the boy went home and told his father, a woman wants to buy this rock for $2. The father then said, son, I want you to take this rock to a museum. If anybody wants to buy it, don't say a word and just put up 2 fingers. The boy then went to the museum, and a man wanted to buy the rock. The boy didn't say a word and put up 2 fingers. And the man said, $200, I'll take it. The boy was shocked and went running home. Father, a man wants to buy this rock for $200. His father then said, son, the last place I want you to take this rock is to a precious stone store. Show it to the owner and don't say a word. And if he asks the price, just put up 2 fingers. The son then went to a precious stone store. He showed the rock to the owner. Where did you find this stone? It is one of the most rarest stones in the world. I must have it. How much would you sell it for? The boy put up 2 fingers, and the man said, I'll take it for $200,000. The boy, not knowing what to say, ran home to his father. Father, there's a man that wants to buy the rock for $200,000. His father then said, Son, do you know the value of your life now? You see, it doesn't matter where you come from, where you were born, the color of your skin, or how much money you were born into. It matters where you decide to place yourself, the people you surround yourself with, and how you choose to carry yourself. You may have lived your whole life thinking that you were a $2 stone. You may have lived your whole life surrounded by people that saw your worth only for $2. But everybody has a diamond inside of them. And we can choose to surround ourselves with people that see our value and see the diamond inside of us. We can choose to put ourselves in a market or put ourselves in a precious stone store. And you can also choose to see the value in other people. You can help other people see the diamond inside of them. Choose the people you surround yourself with wisely. That can make all the difference in your life.
Yes, to the last drop. To the very, very last drop. Choose who you surround yourself with. Choose who you surround yourself with. That is the value of your life. The value of your life depends on who you surround yourself with. And if you don't believe me, check your life now and check how you're living, and then go check who you surround yourself with and see if it don't have a relationship with how you live. Yes.
To most of the world, I'm a normal guy with my whole life ahead of me. But to me, I'm a human being who's trapped in a broken century. By broken century, I mean this fabricated society around me, where luck determines rights and one person's fortune depends on another's inequality. This is the era of capitalism, competition and industrial revolution, the era where profit comes first before corruption and everything is counterfeit production. In these times, we reward ignorance and sacrifice integrity for acceptance. We willfully destroy the environment and glorify idiocy over real intelligence. Welcome to the 21st century, the century of Instagram and Facebook. In this century, you can be ignored for your morals, yet worshipped for your looks. Because selfishness is portrayed as strength, and kindness is mistaken for weakness, and the media teaches us to ignore what's important and instead follow what's popular regardless. We've been taught to believe that to be successful, we need to be wealthy. Real virtues like honor have become irrelevant, and people are now defined by their financial prosperity. But does having the best make us the best? Or does it make us robotic culture clones? And are we truly free if we can't spend a full day without the apps on our smartphones? Do schools really teach us how to think? Are degrees desired for education or validation? Perhaps they're there to teach us how to conform to authority and to prepare us for a broken system. Are religions and nationalities real? Should they really be taken seriously? After all, they're just human constructs, so why do we fight over them? Why do ideas make people forget their humanity? All we are is humanity, and so a person's quality of life should not be determined by their skin color or ethnicity. These things can't be chosen, so they should have no power over a person's freedom or opportunity. Why is kicking a ball around a field worshipped by millions when starving children get little recognition? Why are phones, cars and possessions more of a concern than climate change and animal extinction? Why is pop culture and entertainment prioritized over world injustice and hunger? Why are celebrities seen as role models for selling corrupt messages? Why do we make stupid people famous for being vulgar? What is it that we care about now? Status, image, titles, perceived value? What if these are illusions and famous people are just people? People who manipulate and trick you? Why do we exploit and kill animals weaker than us because we're on top of the food chain? We do treat some animals good, but only on the condition that they offer us a personal gain. Why do we keep fracking, industrializing and burning fossil fuels? That's false innovation. Rapid, unsustainable, infinite growth on a finite planet is impossible. It will lead us to the collapse of civilization. If you haven't noticed the problem, then you haven't been paying attention. We need to wake up, because as a species, we're not headed in the right direction. Is it true that humans are intelligent, or are we ignorant? Can anybody hear me? Is honesty really a virtue if nobody wants to hear the truth? It makes no sense to me. This is the 21st century, yet still there's famine, poverty and war. Why should we work for a system which makes the selfish rich and the selfless poor? 1% of the world's population owns 35% of all wealth. How can we say this is fair and working? It's parasitical to our health. See, I don't care if I'm a student or a professor, an employee or a CEO, because it's the game itself that's broken. Success depends on who you know, not what you know. The majority are being exploited. This is the reality of every day. The takers of society bathe in greed while the common people slave away. Can anyone see it? We're living a lie. We're part of a game, but we don't realize. Some people win, but most people lose because this...
Yeah, Muta.
Blessed man.
I'm not a Christian. I talk about some kind of Miss Diana daughter from James.
You want to talk about what?
Girl, I talk about some kind of Miss Diana daughter from James to come back.
Millie Small.
Yeah, man, the girl I talk about Miss Diana daughter from James, you know.
Who's Miss Dinah?
Yeah, man, from James, Carolyn.
Oh, I don't know Miss
Yeah,
Dinah.
Stagger, I talk to you, you know. I move credit you can't come here. I come back still in a week.
You come back in a week?
Yeah, talk.
I'm not there in another week, man. I go with tomorrow.
I work, cool, man.
All right, sir.
Yeah, man, respect.
Yes. Yes, Iel.
Yeah.
You're blessed.
Blessed.
All right, man.
This is one of Roy Richard's son remembering. Yeah.
May I hear you?
Yeah, man. I'm saying I'm one of Roy Richard's son, you know.
Roy Richards.
Yeah, the blind mouth organist.
Me know, man. He used to play to all them nose, man.
Yes. Well, my name is Jukebox. Enter Festival for this 2018. Yeah, man. And it's like right now, I'm feeling so grateful to know that Friday coming is his birthday. They asked me to play 2 and song them today.
Roy Richards. You want your Roy Richards song, you say? You might listen to the radio, you know?
Yeah, man.
Me say you want your Roy Richards song?
Yes. One of them named Friend and Company, and one named Freedom Blues.
All right, you know, me love Freedom Blues, you know.
Yeah.
Me love, what kind of love Freedom Blues? Eh?
Friend and Company. Yeah.
Yeah, listen to the radio hard.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so Mota, big up to all the IE crew right now. And I want to say, right now, I soon get a 2 tune to play too. Can I big up somebody?
Yeah, man.
First and foremost, I go and say big up. Yeah, first and foremost, I just bigging up the Almighty God. To the Almighty God.
If you keep listening to your radio, you're not going to hear nothing.
Oh, well, all right. I want to say big up to my little son, Romy, and Romy from the Kingston, Pearland. Big up the mother. Okay.
All right. So when you say Ray Richard's birthday, you know?
No, that's Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
All right. We love that tune now, so we're going to play that one. Yeah? Here goes.
Yes.
You can't listen to your radio now.
Yeah.
I remember me, I used to go to Carib Theatre to watch Byron and the Dragonaires are play, you know, and Dennis Brown and all them artists. But this artist here, blind. And it's when him play the mouth organ. I knows him I use a play. Yeah, the brethren say Friday is Richard's birthday. He's a blind brethren playing the harmonica, or what you call mouth organ. And I tell you, sometimes he plays with him nose, yeah? That same tune, yeah. If you hear him blow that with him nose, it's a joke. Yes, E.L. Cutting Edge.
Blessed man.
Blessed man.
Give thanks to life and all your days, eh? Give thanks to the energy.
Eh?
Give thanks to the energy, man.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Hey, you know, the more after something different, still.
Mm-hmm.
All you know the people, them have schizophrenia, them have display schizophrenic behavior.
Oh, what?
All you ever say the people, them have schizophrenic behavior. How you know that?
Oh, you don't know what name schizophrenic?
Yeah.
You know what schizophrenic is?
Yeah, come have it.
You have schizophrenic behavior?
Yeah, I'm diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Yeah, so what you say now? Oh, me know?
Yeah, oh, you know.
Because I have behavior in two different...
You ever hear you talk about it?
You ever hear me talk about schizophrenia?
Yeah, the people that are display schizophrenic behavior.
Yeah, because you know, them are do things this way and them are do things that way.
Yeah.
And where them are do over here, so it's totally it's not in harmony where them are do over there, so.
Trust me, the definition right hand on the head, because what you have in your head, because schizophrenia is basically what you have in your head, is totally different thing from what I'm in the world.
World, yes. It gives you a false perception of reality.
Right. So you hit the nail right on the head, man. But I'm go through the whole of them sickness there now, and what them call sickness, you know, but I realize that it's just really a mental imbalance. Them say it's just a chemical imbalance in my brain. Them say I get it through my genes, through my genetics.
Sometimes you inherit it, yeah.
Yeah, but going through that and through that journey, through my initial breakdown, because I did have a breakdown, isn't it? Yeah. I discover a lot of things, you know, because when I'm doing, I'm go back on myself, discovering them, to find back myself, you know. Yeah, I'm find out a whole heap of things, man, whole heap of things. So I'm like to share the people, you know.
Well, share some might with you now.
Yeah, I'm not trying to find it, like, a whole heap of things right now, you know, because I go all of War 21, and them put out this new version of the Bible, you know. This, remember for NIV or whatever, you know, but write it down in the motor, see it. The New King James Version, 1982 by Thomas Nelson. Isn't it? It tell us, by the 6th century AD, the scribes had succeeded by a group known as the Masoretes, who continued to preserve the sacred scriptures for another 500 years in a form known as the Masoretic text. Babylonia, Palestine, and Tiberias were the main centers for the Masoretic activities. Also, Babylon was a place where they could get information from the writing of the Bible.
Of course.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but by the 10th century AD, the Masoretic or the Tiberias, led by the family of Ben Asher, ascended to the throne. By an additional 2 centuries, they were only recognized form of the Hebrew scriptures. So the Masoretic texts are it become the Hebrew scriptures.
Masoretic text,
yeah. Right, and that tells us about Daniel Bloomberg, who printed the first Rabbi Bible in 1516 to 17. Then 1524 to 25, a second edition was prepared by Jacob Ben Shayin. So I had 3 different versions of the Bible that prints so far, you know.
Well, I never print, you know, where them do is write it.
Yeah, them write it.
You never have no print it. That's why them pass it down through written text.
Yes. So 3 times that the Bible get copied already, you know. One was from the Tiberius and the Masoretics, who was run by Ben Asher. And then we have the Hebrew text, who was designed by Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Into the rabbinic text. The rabbinic. I don't know if I catch the word right still.
I don't know, man. I would have called it wrong too.
There's a minute now left for my credit.
Oh, you know, no more credit?
No more credit. I really like information. I find out in a little time I spend a search for myself and them things, you know.
Yeah, that's good, man. Occupy your brains with knowledge.
Yeah, man. But you know, even they say Jehovah, you have a conspiracy against the black people, you know. I tell you, say, if you eat Jehovah, you know, because Jehovah trick Eve and tell Eve to eat the apple, you know. The snake, you know. Instead of say the snake trick Eve, you know. And the Pharaoh ever wear the snake on feet head, you know.
Yeah.
So the Pharaoh of them was affiliated with the snake, you know, while Jehovah was over in the Canaanite region and do same thing. And at one point in Wikipedia, they say, even Jehovah himself does have to ask the Egyptians them to help one at a time, you know. So Jehovah, I mean, like how Jehovah move, I say, with a bone out the snake and them things.
Yeah, then the Jews, them doesn't say God have a wife, man. Name, what's your name again? Aska. And name start with A, though. But if that say God have a wife, you know, and them take it out, the Roman, them take it out, and the old Torah, the book of the Torah, and the whatsoever them call them book, the Jewish book, them, and them take it out, because them don't want to hear that part about God have a wife and all them something there. If you Google it, you will see it. Yeah? Oh, him credit done now. Him credit done. All right. We'll continue the journey. We don't still play Roy Richards because the bridging the last for Roy Richards still. Alright, so we're going to go forward and play this bridging from Sierra Leone. Him name Yardman Ade.
Hail Motor.
Blessed man.
Blessed. Motor.
Yeah.
Could I have a request, please?
Tell me now.
Yeah. Save the Children by Jadeo.
Save the Children by Ja'u?
Jadeo. Jadeo and Focus.
I don't get the last name, you know.
Focus.
Save the Children by Focus?
But yeah, Jadeo and Focus is a couple artists is on the record.
I don't know that tune there. I don't Save the Children.
Yeah, man. Well, possibly. It's not that popular. It's just a new record come out. I've given it to you, okay? And my name is Mr. X from Ours.
You give me that tune there?
Yeah, man.
When you give me the tune, tell me.
I gave the tune, I think it was last year, just in front of the foyer. He was going inside the radio station. Yeah. I give you that record about twice now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could, if Time for Change.
Save the Children.
There's another one there, Time for Change. And that one is by Focus.
All right, me look for it, Reggie. Me look for it.
Great. Like the work you're doing, like you work you're doing, we would like some more Virgin like you know what you know? You're gifted to do what you're doing, and with people like you, we must go forward.
All right, I give thanks.
Every time, my brother. So we'll try it again.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember me, no?
No.
You remember the first show you come to Islington to do a show?
The first
and
one?
we promote it?
The what?
No, you come to Islington to give us your strength.
Yeah, well, at school.
No, it was at
the park, the center.
Long time, you know.
I'm going to bring one Marcus can have a picture of them.
Yeah, great works.
Yeah, me remember. I'm come out Islington. Yeah, man, said me.
Yeah, man, African love, man, and a black power every time.
All right, give thanks, Bridget.
Every time. Thanks again.
I hear the version named Napoleon. Man say him play, every artist we mention him say he used to play bass with them. Yes, Napoleon. Him say Tony Rebel call him, so him used to name Napoleon. And Tony Rebel say, no, sir, Napoleon your name. Hey, this a dub. If you not play them dub tune, you know dub you play.
Hello?
Yeah, blessed.
Yeah, just a quick question. We play a song after a guy called about Roy Richards' birthday.
Roy Richards, yes.
Everybody. I will sing that. I will sing name.
Everybody.
You play that, I always love it, but I don't know it.
No, I'm play a tune named Contact, and I play a tune named Freedom Sounds by Roy Richards.
The tune you play immediately after I don't talk. It goes something like everybody.
I
try. What I like know the name of that tune there. Can you play it sometime?
Everybody. But I remember which tune we play after that.
No, man, immediately after him call and talk about it.
After the Roy Richards?
Yeah, man, immediately after the guy. After
Freedom Sound, we play. When him call and ask me for Roy Richards, I play Freedom Sound.
Oh, Freedom Sound by who?
By Roy Richards. La, 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 la. I know that.
Yeah, man, I see him. Oh, I Roy Richards sang that.
Yeah, see. And it has the deep bass behind.
Yeah, man, right.
Yeah.
But is that album with the pan or something, sir?
No, I don't. No, them tunes are 45 minutes of them pound and I will transfer them to the computer.
Oh, Freedom Sound by Roy Richards. Oh, yeah. All right, give thanks. I appreciate it. But I love the program. A long time I listen to it, you know?
Yeah, man, give thanks, Bridget.
Yeah, man, give.
Yeah.
All right.
Dub them call this, you know, dub them call this. Yes, EL.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, blessed.
Blessed love motor. A long time I still in a 20 years when I listen to the first time I chat to you still.
You serious? You miss out 6 years out tight?
No, let me never do a so still, you know. That's foreign still, so I mean, to me, your music, them pan radio up there still and come out and I hear it on the radio still,
yeah,
you know.
Man, give thanks, man.
But I cannot do make a first still, you know. I mean, you talk and the people, them kind of confused and I call them madman and things at the last, you know. Because when I talk to some people, that they might tell me,
so much a madman.
I see it and all them things there, you know.
Yeah.
But they say, people, because Africans, them know, I consider myself an African, not more than that, you see me? African people and the Western world that get brainwashed by a book and the Bible, you know. And the Bible that the thing where have black people confused, you know. That they must see themselves in the Bible. The Bible is about the destruction of Africans and the enslavement of Africans from the time of the Greeks coming up.
Yeah.
After them time, they were enslaved, you know. Now, the Bible, the first chapter there still, it kind of makes sense, you know, or the creation explains still. But the second part of the Bible, the second chapter, you know, a man starts to write that. I said, these
so
are the
first chapter. Hold on, yo.
Of heaven and the earth.
May I ask you a question? You said the first chapter and then the second. You said the second chapter, no, a man write it. So who write the first chapter?
Well, a man write it still, but they write it in a way where it make common sense then, you know.
Like the part of the first chapter make common sense?
Yeah, the first chapter make common sense.
No, tell me which part of the first chapter make common sense.
Well, it tells you that I'm the Alpha and the Omega, you know, see it.
Which part of the first chapter say that?
Yeah, the first thing what in created still now was the sun.
No,
the sun was the first thing that in result of the water. Everything comes from the water.
Hold on. In the beginning. God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. Which part I talk about Alpha and Omega?
Huh?
Which part I talk about Alpha and Omega in the first chapter?
Well, I put it down here. When you create the sun, then, the darkness there, you know what I say? And the sun bring the light.
No, but what you want to know? I know the sun him talk about when he say let there be light, you know.
The greater light.
Because he make the plant then before he make the sun. You never know that? In the first part, the chapter where you talk about make more sense. He make the plant them before he make the sun.
No, man, the sun was the first thing he make, man.
You know, listen to me, I say. No, you are telling me we're not in the Bible.
The sun, then the moon, then the firmament, then the earth, and then he make the, then after that.
You what? All right, here what you do. Here me ask you for do. Go find a Bible and call me back. I read it when me say. Hear what me say to you.
I have a Bible on me house, you know, because I don't keep my Bible on me.
No, but you quote the thing and me I tell you say, he make this plant then before he make the sun.
How which Bible you get that from?
The King James Bible. The King James version of the Bible. He make the sun there, he make the plant.
How did the first day come about?
Eh? Oh what?
The first day.
I don't know how it come about. I tell you where in the Bible. I tell you where in the Bible. The Bible start out, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And then him start to commence how to make the things them. I mean, I tell you, say,
so where the light come from?
Eh?
Where the light come from?
You ask me that, Bridget. I don't know where the light come from. Why you ask me that for? I tell you where in the Bible. No, I tell you where in the Bible. The Bible say that God make the plant then before he make the sun.
He make everything in that 6th day, right?
Yeah.
So when the first day start?
Brethren, you hear what me say?
The first day start, me ask you.
You know, you just tell me now, say the Bible this and the Bible that. And now me go ask you and quote something in the Bible and you contradict what me I say in the Bible. That's why I tell you, say, go to a Bible and Google the Bible, the Genesis 1, and see if you don't see, say, God make the plant them before he make the sun. You laugh.
Yeah, me I laugh because me I say.
And me I say, you never repeat the same thing over and over. To banish all doubt. Banish all doubt. Just go find a Bible. Borrow your next door neighbor Bible. And look in at the Genesis 1 and see if it goes.
We can get past that. We can go to the second.
Yeah, we're going to the second one. What we ask about the second? It's the second one of foolishness.
When you say these are the generations of the earth and heaven, what does these mean? These mean more than one or two.
Yeah, let us make man in our own image. It means more than one, yes.
Okay.
More than one
generation. So these are the generations, you know.
Yeah.
Of the heaven and the earth. See?
Yeah.
And he tells you, he make the man, and then he bring animals to the man find and meat. And then he
doesn't say find and meat. He say God take the ribs out of
the marrow out of the man and make a woman.
Yes.
So for the 6th day, God say make the man and the woman. For the same day.
For the 6th day?
For the 6th day.
Yeah.
He make the man and the woman from that day.
So what happened?
I never after that. And the only commandment he give them multiply and replenish the earth.
All right.
So the thing after that, a man write it.
So where you the man write it? I know man write it.
Yeah, but me I say, them I say God gave man Allah's law. The only law that man they give man when him create the man and the woman and tell him to replenish the earth and the fruitful and multiply.
Who said that? No, the Bible you talk about, brethren.
The Bible is God's word.
Who said so?
White man.
So you believe that? No, but you talk about it like you. No, you know, oh, you did your complaints, a white man write it, and then you talk like so you actually believe it.
When I believe in it, no, but me too, I believe in that things that motor. Me don't know
you talk and defend it, so I don't believe it.
Them can't pick up. What me 5 things them can't pick up is what I know.
The Bible says God put the man to sleep. The Bible says God put the man to sleep and take out what time ribs and create woman.
Yeah. I know that they say that the
No, because that two different people are right. Because you know what that means? It means that two different people are right. No, what me I say?
That was the Bible I say. And it said make them on the 6th day.
No, you know how this what me I say?
And the commandment in it give them is to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth.
Yeah, so me I tell you say,
over all that he has created.
the reason why it sounds so contradictory because it's two different writer a right way I read.
Yeah, 46 man write the Bible, Muta.
No, me don't know how man write it, but I'm just tell you.
When I say 46 white man.
46 man write it.
Yeah, that's why when I say
a 46 man write it. A 46 man.
I want me to understand.
Brethren, 46 men translated to the King James Version.
The King James Version, man.
No, the King James Version and the version before it are the same thing. It just that him translate one to English and call one the King James Version because him add in it for translate. But the Bible did it before King James.
Yeah, we know that, but I say when King James write it, you know, when they write, I mean, are them boys who they call themselves the Illuminatis, them when they
Illuminati, not man. And just the Bible was translated by King James friend them.
Influence King James to write the Bible.
Oh, the man gone getting the Bible and I work with it.
Because, alright, we read past chapter 2 that it talk about the Tower of Babel, right? And it tells us that the people them did make towers and things, and this God now see these people and say it was an abomination. And the people are talking in one language. Now, for you to build towers, you know, you have to know geometry and mathematics and them things there. You understand what I say? So now, the people are talking in one language, and then now the not man that create things and build things. And if God comes to them, destroy them and say they must scatter them out with the earth, they them talking in other tongues. Which nations is scatter out with the earth and talking in different tongues? Now the Africans did. We just scatter out with the earth and attack French, Spanish, Portuguese and all them things.
So you believe it then? So you believe what them I say then?
But I believe, no, what I tell you say, when black people are demonized, the Babylonians them and the Pharaohs them and the Chinese, and them ancestors them are demonized.
Yeah, well, obviously, them don't know what them are do, obviously.
They when I say, they don't know what them are do. They I tell you say, as a Bible, you got confused black people.
Yeah, but me I tell you say, the plant them make before the sun and you start to confuse.
No, I know read in the Bible. And the first thing I make was the sun. And the sun is what gives life to everything that is universal.
But I know the Bible don't say that. The Bible said the plant they make before the sun.
Listen, man, if the sun is not here, there is nothing here.
Then that's why we don't accept what them say. That's why I don't accept what them say, you know. I don't accept what them say because me know say.
Lights him.
Yeah.
We see the melanin in our way. Enhance his body and the mind.
All right. Let me talk little. Let me talk little. Me can talk little.
Yeah, go on.
All right, hear me I say. You know, you start out the conversation. You start out the conversation by saying the first part makes sense, but the second part don't make sense. And
but
then
the
you start to say,
is a pure confusion after that.
No, but listen to me now, but me I show you all the first part confusing too.
Let me say so.
All the first part confusing too, because I said the plant they make before the sun, and me and you know to the sun.
For man.
Wow.
The creation was being created for his children then. And the first that a human being on this planet there was the Cushite nation up in the mountains of Ethiopia.
Brethren.
That was the only nation on the earth one time.
Brethren. Me not contradict what you are saying now. Me I tell you say, you don't say the first part makes sense, but the second part don't make no sense.
No, Mr. The first chapter.
Yeah, the first chapter. Then the first chapter of the first part, brethren. I mean, I'm sure you say, the first part to me no make no sense neither. Because it tell you say, the plant them make before the sun, and me and you know say it take the sun for all living things on earth live.
Yeah, but you see, first of all, before them people can come into place, see, and the moon control the growth of the plants, you know. You understand that?
Something with me,
and the moon make things grow.
The first part, right? But you tell me the first part, all right. You tell me the first part, all right.
And then you make the smaller things and the moon, the night and the day, and that was the first day and night. Because night and day are two different things.
All right, go back and read. We don't want to go back in that.
After the cut back, me that is morning.
The advertisement have to play. Me have to lock you off now. Where you laugh at? Why you laugh? Tell me.
That person, Muta.
Eh?
Now come check up on RFM one day. Yeah?
No, why you come check up on RFM? Why?
My reason with you.
No, but you can't reason because anytime I there RFM up on the radio, me there. Me not come here to come talk outside. Me come to talk on the radio.
All right, well, next time I call you again.
All right, blessed. Yeah, man, give thanks, yeah?
Said love, man.
Yeah, this is the cutting edge, you know. In time we keep up a conversation long, it make the advertisement not play, so we have to play twice the amount of advertisement because we never play the first advertisement. Anyway, a cutting edge it name. Yes, cutting edge, yeah. What? Get knocked off. All right, I could go forward. Yeah, we are opening up radio. We are opening it up. A long time we are doing it still, you know, but we get a different set of listeners, you know, for sure them say, yes, we span the whole genre of Jamaican music. Both here and abroad, whether it's Spanish, French, German, English. But you know, so we're the German part. Yes, yeah.
Morning.
What?
Mota?
Yes.
Yeah, man,
morning.
I call you mentally say, you know what climate change is?
If I know what climate change is?
Yes, what causing it?
No, man?
Yeah, but it's a certain set of people that cause it. Because
insecure middle-class white men.
Eh?
Insecure middle-class white men.
Because them go at the moon and them drill the moon and it a drop back on the earth and I go into the sea and that change the climate.
Wait, hold on there. Why drop back on the earth?
The pieces of the moon were dropping in the water.
Pieces of the moon are dropping in the water?
Yeah, that cause it change in the climate.
Where you get that information from?
Huh?
Where you get that information from?
Then you know, listen to the radio and it say the satellite them always falling at the sea.
The what falling at the sea?
The satellite.
Satellite falling at the sea?
Yeah, so they fall out of the sky and fall at the sea.
No, but you tell me say the moon up chip off and falling at the sea. That's why it occurs.
Yeah, because when NASA go up, they might drill the moon and they might do it since 1969.
So may I ask you, where you get the information say pieces of the moon are drop off in the sea?
Then I show you say when them go up there, them bring peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
so when
since 1969, them I show you that I think Armstrong, the man didn't even go up there that time there.
Yeah.
In July, then time there. Since then, them I go up there and them I drill the moon. The moon that is so far from the earth in the motor, so you know it's go far right at the sea.
Of the moon, you know. Me I think pan where you say about the moon, a drop in the earth and the cars.
Yeah, like you know, like when you dig down a mountain, or the mountain dig down and them have the truck and bring a certain amount of it.
Yeah. So the moon. When you dig a mountain, when you dig a piece of the earth, it drop which part?
No, man, they put it in the truck motor and they put it in the truck and them saying, go.
Hold on there. You said them are dig off the moon and the moon are dropping at the sea.
Yeah.
And it cause climate change.
Yes.
So may I ask, you know, when you dig off the earth, which part it drop?
It drop on the earth and then pick it up and put it into the truck and it go where it's going.
Which part them carry? Up on the earth it there?
Yeah.
So why if you say them chip off the moon, it will drop off of the moon?
Because the moon turn motor. They have a dark side, they have a light side. So beside them, while the moon turn, it'll fall off. The moon is not always shining on the motor. You have full moon,
you have to go rethink what you say, though. You have to go rethink what you say.
No, motor.
You're not rethinking.
You see, you know what your problem is, motor?
What?
When it's not you who tell the thing, it's like you don't believe.
No, where you going to cuss me for, brethren? Where you going to cuss me for now? Because I know me I say it and you I say it, and we must accept what you say. Me I try work it out with you, you know. I try work it out with you.
Yeah, I'm not cuss you, but me I tell you, so you're not give me a chance.
Say when me not say it. Me I ask you a question. If a man a chip off the moon, and you say the moon a drop off of the moon a drop off of the moon and a drop on the earth.
Yeah.
Me I ask you.
That cause the climate change because it gone into the water and the water is not as it used to be.
I ask you, when you chip off the earth, where it drop?
It drop on the earth, motor.
So when you chip off the moon, why it not drop on the moon?
Because the moon turn, motor. Yeah, that's why you see the dark side sometimes.
What the earth a turn to?
Yeah, motor. But the truck already pick it up and gone with it in a motor. The moon over us. The moon is not under us.
No, the moon not over or under us. Listen to me now.
When you look up and see it.
Yeah, but wait now. But sometimes you look up and you don't see it. What may I say to you?
You see the sun because at different time. Mother, you ever see the sun, the moon in the day yet?
Yes.
Alright, you ever see the sun in the night?
Yes.
You see the sun in the night?
Yeah, man, them call it eclipse and all them something there. Anyway, wait now.
Not the sun, motor. Don't talk so much. People here, you can't say that about the sun.
No, we don't want to go up and see the sun or the moon. What may I say to you? You see, Virgin? May I try work it out?
Yeah.
The pieces where you say drop on the earth. Where it drop from the moon and drop on the earth.
No, man.
Remember
I said NASA, I go to the moon and
all right, so them take it from the moon and bring it come on earth.
Yeah.
And where them put it when them bring it come on earth.
Yeah, but it is dropping at the sea, and that is why you have climate change. It's not this line what I tell you about.
Is NASA drop it in the sea? Is NASA drop it in the sea?
Then they know why you know they might try to drop the moon.
No, man, may I ask you if it's NASA drop the moon in the sea, the pieces of the moon in the sea?
Motor, let me tell you this. The moon not big as you think it is, you know.
No, me not thinking about the moon.
The moon is smaller than the earth.
No, but me not thinking nothing about the moon. May I ask you, when NASA chip off the moon and take it and put it in a them spaceship and carry it come at the earth, where them put it?
Must be in the sea, motor.
Oh, I mean, why it must be in the sea? Them put it.
Because climate change is happening.
So
means something is in the water
that
is making the North Pole melt.
So is the moon where them chip off, carry come at the earth and put it in the sea? Why all of this are going?
And this has been going on since 1969, and that
so it's from 1969 you start to have climate change.
It is catching up with us because they're trying to break the moon. They're drilling the moon while they're up there. They're drilling it like to tear down a mountain. That's what they're doing up there.
And take all the parts of them drill and bring it come down here.
Then put it in the satellite, and the satellite fall into the sea, and that's why and that's why it is warm in the sea because of
all of the moon is. All of the moon does. Them put in our satellite.
The rock to the rock. They might drill it with drill motor. Them using drills and drilling it up there. China is helping and Russia is helping. I know they're talking about Africa want to go up there.
Right,
Africa shouldn't go up there.
Drilling the moon? Why them drilling the moon for bring the rock down here? Why them doing it?
They're not drilling to bring the rock down. They're drilling it to break it, but they don't want us to know. And that's why I'm telling you, when you go to Africa, tell the Africans not to go up there.
Why them want to break the moon? Why them want to break it?
Why they wanted us to be slaves, motor?
No,
that's all they are. They're hopeless sinners, that's why.
Wait there, brethren. May I ask you, as you bring up the theory, you know, may I ask you, why them want to break the moon?
No, it's not a theory, it's the truth. May I tell you, say, that's what they've been doing.
Why them want to break the moon? Why them want to break it?
Because they are hopeless sinners.
What do you mean hopeless sinners?
These are the bad things that they keep doing to destroy mankind.
So them now will get destroyed?
Huh?
Them now will get destroyed?
Yeah, they're going to get destroyed too, but they're destroying us too. I mean,
no, so
if a scientist come in your ears and was telling you
them a break the moon
in 1 second.
Them a break the moon to destroy themselves.
No, to destroy us.
No, them no man to them now. They're upon the earth to when it are destroyed.
Yeah, the earth are destroyed right now. That's why you have this climate change.
I am asking you, the man them who is putting the rock, the earth, the moon in the spaceship and it dropping at the sea, and it will destroy whosoever you say it will destroy. I ask you, you say them trying to break the moon. I ask you why them trying to break the moon.
Mota, you see when the moon break, is the same climate change we're going to have. It's going to be worse, and they would have their plan already to get themselves out of it.
Okay, who is there, by the way? Who is there?
Who is there?
Who's the one that you're talking about?
NASA. I already said this to you.
The Americans.
Yeah, but not only them, because now they have the Chinese and the Russian.
All right, so the NASA
are going up there.
So the whole of them make up to destroy the planet. The Chinese
they have ways to save themselves. If they're going to do it, they would have ways to save themselves. They're breaking the moon.
No, you keep on saying them broke the moon. Me I tell you, say, all right, so when part of the part of the moon were dark is why the broke part.
No.
Okay.
It's not broken yet. They're still drilling it, and the constant drilling, and you know how much miles of drilling they've been doing since 1969. How much miles they have covered already?
You said that already, 40 years ago.
No. 50.
You said 69.
Since 1969.
Yeah, then about 40 years.
That's like 49, 50 years.
Started nearly 50 years, yes.
Yeah, 49. It's going to be 50 years like next year.
I contradict it, man. Mr. 40, I know you're telling 40. Mr. 40.
Mr. 40.
Yeah, so from 40 years, now them I drill the moon. And I put it in a rocket and I bring it upon the earth. And
no rocket. Them I put it in the satellite, them because the satellite is hollow. And when it goes into the satellite, the weight of it makes the satellite fall. And when the satellite falls, it falls into the sea.
Can I ask
because it falls into the sea.
What fall in the sea? The rocket them, the satellite them fall into the sea.
Yeah.
Alright, so may I ask you, where you get that information from?
Listen, the satellite, the radars to the satellites follow the sky all the time because and I know that's what they're doing to let that satellite follow the sky.
Where you get the information? Where you get the information that the man Where you get the information that the man them go up on the moon, chip off the moon, put it in our satellite, and the satellite drop and fall in the sea? Where you get that information from?
Mota, the satellite is as big as the back of a truck.
Now ask you where you get the information from? Now tell me how the satellite big and where you get the information from that them chipping off the moon, put it in a satellite, and the satellite fall in the sea. Where you get that information from?
Mota, you're a journalist, you know you don't give up your source.
Me not give up my source, then how you come on radio and talk about it?
No, I'm telling you, I'm saying don't your journalists have a rule that they don't give up the source?
Use a journalist then. Use a journalist.
When I'm talking to you?
Use a journalist when you talk to me.
Yes.
So you're not gonna tell me the source of where you give out from where you know that they might chip off this. Because why? Why you're not giving it out? Who you going to
You don't need any. If you look at what I'm saying, Mota, I'll call you a time and ask you to tell the world about this thing. You don't remember that?
Listen to me. You take me come on the radio and say something that will implicate somebody, and them ask me where me get the information from. Me have to find and get it. Them going to sue me. So I sue them, I sue you now.
Mota, I watch TV and the TV tell you say the journalist.
Watch out. You know what TV? Let me watch TV every morning, noon and night. I will not sleep now watch TV.
And don't the journalists don't give out their source?
The journalists go give out with source. So you don't give so
the
when
source of information.
All right. So you come with that information to the man them at July of the moon. The moon. No information that you give me. Where you give me?
Yeah. But I am your source.
You're not my source. But I'm going to tell you. You're not my source. Me ask you where you get information from. And that's the source me want about. At the top, me the source.
Yeah, but Muta, your source is me.
When you come on the radio and I tell me all these things far. You tell me, say, them chat create the climate change.
If you get another source besides me, that is hearsay, Muta.
Then no hearsay that. I hearsay no TV, you say the seed pan.
Yeah, but you hear from me.
Yeah, someone must believe what you are saying.
Muta, you see the climate change.
No, me's a journalist. All right, wait. Me's a journalist. And you come on the radio, come tell me something. And me must find it out from where you get this. What is the source of your information?
No,
a journalist finds out the source of his information before he impart it to the people. Before he impart it to the source
of your information.
Eh?
The source of your information is me.
No, but you can't decide for me if I must now pass it on to the other people them as a reality or as something substantial. You must supply me.
Yeah, but it's like you making it up, Muta.
Yeah, make it up.
Tell you.
You're watching Star Wars or something.
No.
Yeah, anyway, me have to move though.
Yeah, Muta, tell the people though.
Then just tell them. You just tell them.
When you go to Africa, tell them don't go because
don't go where? Where they must go? Where they must go? Where they must go? Where they must go?
Africa trying to start their own space program too.
Yeah, so well, you can't stop it. Anyway, I have to move, Bridget.
Yeah, but Muta, if they go up there, when they can move,
I'll let them go to
Africa because America been going there for 50 years and it didn't happen.
Bridget, I have to move. You understand?
All right.
I want to tell my brother here about too much methane gas in the atmosphere. Methane gas. I want to let him know what is methane gas. I want to let him know that because of the pollution with industrialization of the place and all these things, it causes other things to happen. Because of the cutting down of the trees in other places like in the Amazons, in Brazil. The more you cut down the trees, is less carbon dioxide. I wonder if him know about all of those things. Carbon dioxide, methane gas, carbon monoxide, all of these things that is emitting in the atmosphere that is causing a breakdown of the climate. Methane gas coming from livestock farming. Carbon monoxide, carbon, all of them coming from industrialized places and all of these things. I wonder if him hear about these things. I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, blessed.
Yeah, blessed, yeah. You know, sir, I go to heaven and call him. If I was in the broke while I go in a call, long time when I go around in a circle. But I tell you, related to where I talk to the man, but I just want to say it real quick. I think your show almost finished.
Yeah.
All right. You see what I must say about drilling the moon? I don't know about that. But what I can tell you for a certainty is that NASA, with the cooperation of like the Japanese as well as the Chinese, them come up with a plan, right, for clear all the space debris from the satellites.
Yes.
The space debris caused by satellites, they're up in a space afloat around for years and years and years.
Yes.
And that plan really is based on a design what them have, which is like them basically create a space net which basically take it pull in all of the debris and them use the ozone layer of the Earth's atmosphere as an incinerator to burn up the space debris.
Yeah, I have heard of that, Bridget. I have heard of that.
Yeah, and that is which part a lot of people have been saying that that's another issue, that climate change, that result in climate change.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because what I'm saying about the satellites going into the sea is basically like NASA and also the Ariane Cosmodrome in a French Guyana. Them have a tendency for those two places where we know as space launch sites. Them have a tendency for burn the debris when them launch and them let off the different rockets or whatever. They normally just let them back out in the sea.
Yeah.
A lot of like
the capsule, them always most of the time the capsule drop in the sea.
Repeat?
Most of the time the capsule them drop back in the sea.
Yeah, that's what I say. I don't know if it's that the man I talk about, but that's what a lot of them do. So sometimes like like in a Cape Canaveral, which by NASA launch them stuff. Them have like a radius where you can't go within when them are launch, and them also, not all the time, sometimes them also clean up some of the space debris in the sea. I don't know how much of them.
Here's the problem we have with the bridging reasoning. The bridging say it's data cause climate change.
Yeah. So that is what I saying that this new technique that them using to clean the space debris around the Earth by burning up the old satellites.
I have heard of that. I have heard of that from different sources, and I have heard of that the debris them dump it in the sea, and then that cause a whole heap of eruption. I have heard of that. What I have a problem with.
But what I'm saying, is the debris, the space debris, the debris that is already in space, the old satellites that's floating around.
Yes.
They're using that. They're getting rid of it by using the ozone to burn that debris. That is the new technique that they're using via a thing called a space net.
But it's not that him saying, no.
No, I know that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that maybe that's what I'm trying to say.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That maybe that is what he's trying to say.
I have no problem. I have no problem in what you just say.
Well, because I have heard of dumping. It's a reality. Them call it CERN, which is the Center for European Nuclear Research. Them work on them thing in them lab, and them actually want to launch the first one early next year. So it's like a reality. They really have an issue with a lot of like old satellites. A lot of the things when people say, if them go out now and look up and say a star, it's not stars, all like mechanical devices are float around.
And I have heard of app that is using certain things for create tension in the earth.
Well, HARP is a real thing,
I say that I tell you, say, I have heard of app. No, I don't know to it, because I played a documentary on this program about app. Creating tsunamis where tsunamis never usually there, and creating shift on the earth and cause certain things. I have heard of that, and I look into it and I say, this is possible. But you see, I never take something a man, I explain to like how you are explaining it, where you just said to me, I don't hear about that already,
Okay.
It's theme reason now where I tell me, say, they might take pieces and not drop it into the sea, and then now it become, take the truck, they might chip off this and not chip off that. And then I ask him something and him not tell me because him not reveal him source. If I ask you a question and you come on the radio with something, you have to tell me the source, I mean, now I accept it. Because I must be able to validate it. Just like what I tell you, brother, say, you tell me, I tell you, say, the earth, the plant, God make, in the Bible, God make the plant before he make the sun. And the brethren, I say, him don't know about that. I say, go in the Bible, go look. That is my source, because the Bible, what did that talk about? So I tell him, go on my source. I now go keep the source. I say, well, I now go tell you my source. Because I don't know, I'm not a journalist. Our journalists now go tell them source. If you come on the radio and I make them pronouncement there, you're supposed to tell me where you get it from. Just like what I tell the brethren, say, go into the Bible, go look for it, or Google the Bible, the chapter, and see if it's there. And then you come back to me and say, Muta, me nothing like that in the Bible, a foolishness you talk. It's just simple. All right, brethren?
Yeah, man, take care, big up.
Yes. I'm glad that so much one that listen to the program, them was that too, because a man just called me from England too. Why, you know, my brethren from England, you know. Yes, sir. I reach long all right. Give thanks to hear your voice again. I reach long totally all right. So you hear me I say now, you know, so we're going to come forward here. Little more from this. If I did the England now, 5 hours ahead at 7 o'clock, I sit down and watch TV. I try to sleep. I get serious thing, jet lag. I know I still jet lag. You understand? So you know, I now, we come forward at 2 o'clock with the cut stepping razor, the art of war. And we will say, those of you who stay with me till this hours, just stay with me. You understand? Because you know, say, yes, stepping razor, cutting edge. We're there with you. Continue. We want to heal up all the ones them again who make sure, say, the time we spend. How much days? 10 days in England was wonderful. May I tell you? Even though it was like 11 degrees centigrade. Right, sir. I see some remarks from my Instagram page there where I say, what are the people about? I'm a bridging going to our market and buy things and him start to video me and put it on the Instagram there. May I tell you? I never know so much people can view something at such a short space of time. Less than a day. And if you want to hear the comments them, but if you want to know the comments them, you can go up on my Instagram. Real Mutabaruka. And that Brian say real Mutabaruka. All right, real Mutabaruka. Go up on it and you see my Instagram page. Every time they might tell me, say, must say it on the radio. And I can't remember it, but because of this thing, I don't have to say it because they might remind me, say, I must say it. Shamara say, I must remember. Brian especially, say, I must remember because he make it for me. You understand? So here we are saying now. We give thanks for the moment, give thanks for the time, give thanks for the energy. We are who are coming now. I don't know who are coming now, but we could go and do what we are doing until whosoever come in. I just say it go. Yes. I explain something to someone, you know, that sometimes you hear me and a man talk. I want the one who say, me have to dig deep that people are listening to me and I listen to the program. Sometimes it's not even me I think, you know. It's who are listening. I want to make sure, say, the person out there who are listening get a clear understanding of what the person has said. So more time, even though it look like, well, Muta talk to the brother, so or Muta talk, so and all them way there. It's really, me want to get it out of them to talk the way that the people them can understand it. Because sometimes, you have some people out there, you know, for you to talk about moon and this and because some man tell me, say, no satellite not out there, you know. You have some man, a bridging a reason, and they tell me about the flat earth theory. And when we start talking to him about the satellite and everything, them say no satellite not out there. No satellite not out there, foolishness. When they tell you about satellite out there and the earth. And all a matter of fact, you have a next man will tell me, say, when they tell me about planets and moons and stars, not planet and sun and star out there. No go so. You have the earth, the moon and the sun, and that is where it ends. And the stars. Because it's a Bible scholar that. He is a Bible scholar. He have the earth, the moon, and the stars. And earth, moon, sun, and star. There's no Venus, no Mars, no out there. So I trick them a trick way. That people tell me, you know. Me and some man argue about that already one Saturday, you know. And then him start to tell me now, say, yes, but you see, we are talking about satellite boat. When I say, so what I'm talking like cell phone and when man is tracking them, say, no, satellite up there. The car them run under the sea and all that. They don't understand that too. Me not say no to that. Me not say no when they tell me about stars, about cars and things. I know, I see. Man, I run cable under the ground. But you have satellite out there. Hundreds and thousands of satellite in the sky. That is beaming in and this and beaming in and that. Or you think them man they get for see certain people, them sit down in Seattle and Vermont and see people that do certain things in Afghanistan and things. A satellite them have. And my imagination that. I may follow white people and white people have fooled me. Because it come to all that when me and the bridge attack. It's like if I say, I have to say, then Muta, I can show you say the earth flat. And I'm going to prove to me say the earth flat by reasoning with me. Anyway, what I say is that sometimes you hear me and a man attack and I reason. And I want to get to where exactly I say. Exactly where I say. Because you see how the brethren come a while ago now and I clarify about this and that. And I say, but them think that's something we may hear about from a longer time. But you see, if you not explain the thing, me not go just accept it. Me not accept it. And if me accept it, me still go dig deep. That's all man like Matrix accept it. Because Matrix not too right in I made neither. When you go from film Instagram, when you go from Matrix Instagram, it's not too right in I made. So it's when you attack something, you have to make sure all man like Matrix. You have to make sure man like all Matrix and that's what I say because of worries. Hey, watch your man. Me put some things on my internet, what do you call it? Instagram. Just to test the waters. You know, right? I'm going to tell you, say, the comments from me get on the Instagram, and I say, no, this is not serious. This is not serious.
I ask a question all the while. When you put out some sensible post,
nobody no view it, nobody no comment or nothing. No. But you put out some little fool, frivolous things. You hear some little fool, frivolous. Like that idea, you know, with England, I'm a brethren. I mean, me walk without shoes on me there, so me walk without shoes on me up there, so me no. You understand? Me walk without shoes. Anywhere me go, me walk without shoes, right? Me no say me no wear shoes, but just that nobody never see me in that shoes yet because I years me no put it on. But if the case come, me go put it on. But me never see nothing wrong. Anytime, me not say me have to walk with shoes because me in England and I don't go that because it's 5 degrees Celsius. What them call it, Celsius or centigrade, Celsius. Me never see the need for do that. You understand? So, me there fire, me don't have no shoes. Me there, so me don't have no shoes. It's hot. The other space me go to Jericho. Me don't have no shoes. The coldest place me go in the Mataran, Switzerland. Me don't have no shoes. As a matter of fact, me and my brethren up there playing in the snow. I mean, I picture it too. I'm going to post it up on Instagram. But, you know, my brethren that take me in our market. And I don't know how to take the picture that it'll go on for about 50 seconds. And you know, see the top of me also. I mean, go over in front of the market to identify the market. This is Camden Market. And my foot start show. Rotted. Me go put it up on my Instagram to rot. It say me and my brethren in the market. Me come look some 78 record. And yes, so me come, you know, time me there in England, and yes, so me come shop. Scrap. If you ever see the damn foolishness, where the people ever comment about it, Rasta. In a letter that day, I must about 12,000 views. I must about, how much? The last time I counted 200 and add comments. 200 and add comments, you know. And you know what they comment about? Like 100 people, I say, them did I wait to see the last part of the thing to see if me have no shoes. Yes, moot up on the scooter. Yeah, them put on a different head. They put on my head and a different body. Them do it with Sizzler too, Sizzler and the Rizzler. You know, it's a joke thing that. But when I say that, me can't believe the comments. Moot ain't afraid to catch cold on your foot. Them fool something. The people catch cold on them foot. People don't catch cold on them foot, Rasta. I mean, what the right is this? You know, Muta, you put on shoes in England. All them food things, but to me, they England, put on shoes. But when me there, so me all right. You know, Muta, boy, I'm sorry, I'm sorry for you, you know. Man, you catch pneumonia and them things. I say, watch out, man. And most of them, watch out. You see, most of them, when I say that, me I walk barefoot before them born. And up to now, me don't catch no cold in a neither foot and no head. You know, see it? But the comments them is so frivolous. You know, and as one and two man I say, why them hear about this earthling thing where people are saying now say it's healthy for walk barefoot and them thing there. And them talk and them try to get me in a conversation about it. I mean, I'm not conversation with nobody on Instagram. No, can we put out something out there already? You say you put something about Marcus Garvey, I have 100 views. 100, what them call it? Views? Views and 10 comments. 10 comments and everything. You understand? All right. During Haile Selassie coronation, I said Damian Marley put out a thing about the coronation of Emperor Haile Selassie I and his wife, Empress Menen and Rere, and go right down. It must about 15,000 views and about 300 comments. If you ever hear the comment, never talk about the thing, I said, no, who are the Selassie? Why this Rasta talk about Selassie? All Damian, me love you, you know, but me don't know who name, so you know. So weird. All right, so you want a history book? You want a history lesson? Why them think Damian Marley have had a long ear upon him head? It's because he must say my Rasta and he might Haile Selassie. So all you have to do now is go find out. No, but them have this little derogative thing about, you know, why you're not about Selassie? Who that man the name Selassie? Why Rasta all of that talk about Haile Selassie coronation? Them not take no time now to go find out that. And when you put up that now, it's like a joke thing. It's like, it's not even a joke, you know. It's like almost like a ignorance. It's an ignorance. Where no one get over the ignorance.
I feel say to the level of technology.
Yeah.
It take away the work from the brain. So
no, but I know them should have go examine it. It's like, look a while, let me tell the brethren, say, go looking at the Bible to see if you not to tell the plant they make before the sun. He must say, him not have no Bible. No. I tell them, oh, you argue about this something. And I tell you, if you go looking at the Bible now, and you go like you know want to go looking at it, then Google it then. Because that is how people get them information now. Them go Google. Everybody have Google now, you know. Google is a new educational master, you know. Like, you know, Google have masters, bachelors, doctorate, all that is Google, you know. So anything you want to know, you Google it. You just simply go upon the Google. If a man talk to me, I mean, I understand what I say. I mean, check a word, you know, like if the word, I go upon the Google and Google the word and see if it's spelled right or whatsoever. So nothing wrong with that. But the frivolousness is almost like I want to, you know, like what they used to say, Rasta, your God dead. First time they used to say that, you know. When them say Haile Selassie dead, 1974, 75, say, Rasta, your God dead. And them a mock you know. Mock business. Well, that's the same thing we get from the youth them. Like you put something serious on the thing, and them it's like, but make you go put something like, you know, popcorn or fire gun in our range and them things. I'm going to say, yes, our when name there? When name, my father have a picture where him hold out a man like a Jesus. Yes, it's that picture there? No. Yeah, him hold out a man like Jesus. The picture of Jesus. No. And him have some angel around him. But unfortunately, the angel around him appear white angels. All right. Nobody now say that, you know. You them say, hear the youth them now. Yes, my God. Yes, my boss. Yeah, man, them don't know say your God from long time, man. And you say, what the hell is this? Yes, continue the journey, no matter how busy with them want, say you're the golden God. And it's like, you understand? Yeah, it's like 20,000 views. You know, see it, and a man I say, yes, and then, you are my what them call it, golden God from long time. Make the bad mind people them go and wara, it's and that. You know, some little fool thing, you know, little frivolous. Anyway, me take up your time. And them time I continue to start still. I don't take back my time. Anyway, I got till little more.